Monster Jam!
Anaheim, you ready? This is JCB Racing. 12 drivers have been seeded into the bracket, but 4 of our fastest drivers from last night's event have an automatic buy-in into round 2. But first up, 8 trucks go head-to-head. Only 4 can make it to the second round. Come on, baby, let me hear you if you're ready for JCB Racing.
Let's take a look at our official JCB Racing bracket. Our first round there, we see Shell Shock going up against Tech Deck, Wreck Deck, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, Zombie, Ringling Bailey Circuit, and of course here in just a moment, Black Pearl and Gravedigger. Our first head-to-head matchup in the blue lane. Make some noise for Cole Vennard, Black Pearl. And his opponent racing out of the red lane, give it up for Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. First time meeting between these two, but they are respectively first and second when it comes to the highest racing win percentage. Gravedigger first, followed by Black Pearl. Advancing on, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger advances on into round 2, and he will see John Gordon and Megalodon. Let's take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Both of our drivers had phenomenal turns there at the far end of the track, up to the finish line, but it was Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger who was your winner. A 16.832 is the official time for Gravedigger. We are going to get here into our second head-to-head matchup here in round 1. Racing out of the blue lane. Make some noise for Barry Musauer, Zombie. And in the red lane, let's get loud for Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Zombie is 1-0 against Bailey Circuit here when it comes to JCB Racing. Bailey Circuit and Corey Rummel tried to even the score here this afternoon as we await the approach of the arrival of Ringling Bailey Circuit. We are going to have to go to our Monster Jam timing system. What a race. So close. Let's take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. It is tire to tire there to the very end. Anaheim, who do you think your winner is? Monster Jam officials looking at the official times here. Your winner is Ringling Bailey Circuit with a time of 17.120. We are moving right along here to our third head-to-head matchup here in round one. In the blue lane, make some noise for Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. And racing out of the red lane, give it up for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. The winner of this race will see Zach Garner and Wildside in round two. Both of them looking at our staging lights at the far end of our race lanes. They're going to be looking for an outside yellow light, 2 yellow lights, and then looking for that racing tree to go completely green. Caleb Blood, Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash to the line first, followed by El Toro Loco. Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco advances on to see Zach Garner and Wildside. Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash just gets a little hooked up there and tumbles over there in the first turn here in JCB Racing. Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco advances on here, waiting for the official time. There it is, a 17.717.
Monster Jam fans, oh boy, we're about to have some fun here on the track. Check out this cool family here showing all their Monster Jam spirit. Oh, that's your sister. Oh, you're his sister. My bad. That's his sister, y'all. Had to make that really clear. Check out the swag they got here. You know, I saw you guys from a mile away. I said, you know, I should definitely play a game with these guys, and we're gonna do something called Finish the Lyric. Okay? But let me tell you what the prize is. 4 backstage passes to go see your favorite Monster Jam truck drivers. Oh yeah, but hold on, you gotta finish this lyric. I think the song choice of the day is Hakuna Matata. DJ, hit it. Help her sing it out.
It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
Yeah! All right, meet and greet winner right here to go see your favorite Monster Jam truck drivers. And if you guys want to meet your favorite Monster Jam truck drivers, Kay, you got the info.
Absolutely. You fans here can also meet our 12 superstar drivers following today's event at the post-event meet and greet. Scan the QR code for tickets and more information. But keep in mind, space is very limited. Once again, scan the QR code. We'd love to see you at our post-event meet and greet, meeting all of our drivers of Stadium Championship Series West. We want to thank all of our amazing sponsors here. Of course, JCB, the official equipment provider of not only this weekend's Monster Jam, but all of our Monster Jams across the country and around the world. Of course, we also want to thank BKT, our official tire sponsor here. You can log on for all your off-highway tire solution needs at bkt-tires.com. Give a big shout out to the original Super Glue, who's also providing us our replays for today's event as well. Big shout out to Northern Tool and Equipment. They are also sponsoring our Northern Tool Pit Report as well. Now, don't forget, Monster Jam fans, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital needs your help. We're going to put up a QR code here in just a moment. And of course, you see where we stand right now. Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash receiving most of the votes, or excuse me, most of the donations with 83%. But you fans can do your part. Scan the QR code, whether you donate $1, $5, whatever you've got. You can donate to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital on behalf of one of your favorite drivers. During Freestyle, we will announce the St. Jude ambassador of the event. Remember, all of the money goes to the families of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. They do not pay for a medical expense, food, housing, anything, so they can completely focus on the recovery of their children's welfare.
We wanted to talk a little bit more about Monster Jam Racing. There's a lot happening out here on the track right now. El Toro Loco is getting hooked, taken back to the pits, and whatever we find in the back, we'll absolutely let you guys know what's going on. Also, Son of a Digger, Ryan Anderson, just came in. You may have noticed at the very beginning of the event, when all of the trucks come out onto the track, that he was missing. When they were moving that truck from pit party to the back area, to the pits, to kind of preload them in the tunnel, they said that something was feeling a little bit off on the truck. So rather than run it and risk something happening, they nut and bolted everything. They went over all the little details to make sure he's good for racing, and he certainly is.
Thank you so much, Casey. We're going to wrap things up here in round one, our final head-to-head matchup in the blue lane. This is Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Wreck Deck. And his opponent racing out of the red lane makes a noise for Dalton Widener, Shell-Shocked. The winner will see Mike Christensen, Vendetta, in round two. We've got Tech Deck, Wreck Deck coming to the line first. We await the arrival of Shell-Shocked. Staging lights are at the far end for both of these drivers as we get set to go green. What a wild finish, but it is Dalton Widener, Shell-Shocked, advancing on. Let's take a look at this replay of the finish. Tech Deck, Wreck Deck just having troubles in that corner, stemming from last night even. And look at that time. The fastest time of the night so far, 16.778. You can see the official racing bracket here for round two. Just a reminder, Shell-Shocked has the fastest time of the night so far, 16.778. Megalodon Gravedigger will be your first head-to-head matchup, followed by Son of a Digger, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Wildside will be taking on El Toro Loco, and we'll wrap things up here with Vendetta and Shell-Shocked.
Monster Jam fans, this is round two of JCB Racing. Our fastest four drivers from round one are now going to be competing against the four fastest drivers from last night's event. But oh boy, only four can make it to the semifinal round. Let me hear you if you're ready for JCB Racing.
Advancing on into round two there in the blue lane, we got Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. In the red lane for the first time here this afternoon, give it up for John Gordon, Megalodon. They are 1-1 in head-to-head matchups here so far since round one here. We're getting into round four. We will see who will take this tie and move to the semifinal round. That is another photo finish, Anaheim. What a race we just witnessed. Megalodon, John Gordon looked like he was a little behind, but once he made that final turn, it was tire to tire with Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Who do you think your winner is? Your winner is John Gordon, Megalodon. What a race, 16.887. John Gordon and Megalodon continue to be electric here in JCB Racing. Third fastest time of the night so far from John Gordon and Megalodon, 16.887. Now keep in mind, these times are very important moving in to JCB semifinal round. The fastest time between the two head-to-head matchups will have lane choice. For the first time here tonight, racing out of the blue lane, give it up for Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. And advancing on from round one into round two in the red lane, Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. First time meeting for these two here in the 2026 season. We've got both of our competitors to the line as we're going to get set here to go racing. We have to go to the official timing system. Monster Jam officials are looking at it right now. Another photo finish from my advantage. It looked like Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger had it. Am I right? Waiting on that confirmation, but what a replay we just looked. What rounds of racing we're witnessing here by all of our competitors here. Your winner is Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. We got a time locked in of 16.954. Megalodon will have lane choice in that semifinal round matchup against Son of a Digger, and I'm just getting word there's a 60-second clock on Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco. He's going to be taking on Wildside and Zach Gardner. Also keep in mind, Jamie Gardner is the father of Zach Gardner, driver of Wildside. So this would be a father and son head-to-head battle into your JCB semifinal round. Clock is ticking down. We are less than 40 seconds on the clock for Team El Toro Loco. Waiting to see if he's going to be able to come back and race, get those crucial points, not only for the BKT overall event championship, but for series seasons points as well. Everything on the line here in the 2026 season. We are about 15 seconds left. Now we are down to 10. No sign so far of El Toro Loco. And he is not going to be able to return. Waiting for the official word who will be going up against Wildside. And it will be Bari Musauer and Zombie, because Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash did not finish her complete lap. So it was Bari Musauer and Zombie who will seek redemption here in round two to see Zach Gardner and Wildside. Redemption may be his here tonight, racing out of the blue lane. Coming back in to round two is Bari Musauer and Zombie. And for the first time here this afternoon in the red lane, Zach Garner, Wildside. Zombie is getting a little redemption. Will he be able to get some redemption? But he is able to come back out here on the track to face a fierce competitor there, Zach Garner, Wildside. We will see who will advance on to the semifinal round. Your winner is Zach Garner, Wildside. Zach Garner, Wildside advances on to to your JCB semifinal round. A little spin out there from Barbie Sauer and Zombie. Zach Garner Wildside takes full advantage, gets the win, and moves on. Let's see that official time here, brought to you by our Monster Jam timing system. Wow, the fastest time of the night so far, 16.509 Wildside. This is our final head-to-head matchup here in round 2. For the first time here tonight in the blue lane, Mike Christensen, Vendetta. And advancing on into round 2 from round 1 in the red lane, we've got Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked. They are 1-1 against each other so far here this year. This will be the tiebreaker, and also the winner will take on Wildside Zach Garner. Keep in mind, the winner must get a time faster than 16.509 for lane choice. It is Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked advance on into your JCB semifinal round, almost by a truck length. There on the super glue, glued to the action replay. Awaiting that time, and there it is, a good time, 16.614. But Wildside will have lane choice.
Well, Monster Jam fans, here in section 237 with Jared. And who you got here with you?
I got my son Miles.
How you doing, Miles?
I got a 7. Woo!
Yeah, whatever he said. What we're going to do, I got a really cool prize for you, Miles, all right? Your dad's going to try to win this for you. You can try to win it yourself. You both can win as a team. We're going to play some Monster Jam trivia. So let's see what we have on the Monster Jam video board right now. Well, we can axe out, I would say, the weight of the earth. What do you think?
I'm going to go with C.
What do you think, Miles?
Pounds. What do you think, C?
Yeah.
C as well? Okay, let's see if they're right. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Got a nice little Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey gift swag for you, buddy. Hope you guys enjoy this so much. All right, Kay, what do you got for us?
All right, we're going to take a little bracket recap here as we're going to enter here into the semi-final round. Megalodon going up against Son of a Digger. We've got Wildside and Shell Shocked going head-to-head. Keep in mind, Megalodon has lane choice and Wildside has lane choice in this head-to-head semi-final round.
Anaheim, this is the semi-final round of JCB Racing. Our fastest 4 drivers have made it to this round, but oh boy, only 2 can make it to the final round. Make some noise if you're ready for JCB Racing.
Our 2 competitors are out on the track in the blue lane. We've got Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. In the red lane, we got John Gordon and Megalodon. Megalodon with lane choice pushes Son of a Digger to the blue lane. The winner will advance on to your JCB Racing final round. Son of a Digger to the line first, waiting the arrival of Megalodon and looking for those green lights. We're going to get set here for the semi-final round. It is John Gordon, Megalodon. John Gordon and Megalodon absolutely crushing it here in JCB Racing. Take a look at the replay up on the video board. A great race ran by both of these drivers, but it is John Gordon Megalodon with a time of 16.726. This is our last head-to-head matchup here in the semifinal round. We've got Dalton Weiner, shell-shocked in the blue lane. We got Wildside and Zach Gardner in the red lane. The winner will take on Megalodon's John Gordon in your JCB Racing final round. The winner of this matchup needs to get a time faster than 16.726 for lane choice. Zach Gardner with lane choice here for Wildside. Pushes Shell Shock to the blue lane. It is all Zach Gardner and Wildside. Zach Gardner, Wildside, absolutely going through this course with ease. Take a look at the Super Glue glued to the action replay. Waiting for that official time to see who will have lane choice in JCB Racing final round. And there you have it, a 16.623 Wildside with lane choice as we enter the final round of JCB Racing.
California, this is the final round of JCB Racing. Our fastest two drivers have made it to this round, but only one can come out on top. Who's ready to meet your final contenders?
In the blue lane, he's your 2019 Wow Factor Award winner from Hiram, Georgia. This is John Gordon Megalodon. In the red lane, he's your 2024 World Finals Racing World Champion from Fortville, Indiana, Zach Gardner, Wildside. Wildside has lane choice and, of course, stays in that red lane. Puts Megalodon in the blue lane. We'll see if this chess move pulls off for Wildside. 12 points are on the line here this afternoon here in our first competition. John Gordon Megalodon, your JCB Racing winner. He was so close last weekend in San Diego, making it to the racing finals. He does it here tonight. John Gordon Megalodon, your JCB Racing winner. Times are locked in. 17.037 for John Gordon and Megalodon, but more importantly, he collects the first 12 points of tonight. John Gordon, Megalodon, your JCB Racing winner. He came in 5-3 with a 62% racing win percentage. I know he's just up that percentage here. Anaheim, let's get loud right now for John Gordon, Megalodon.
John, a huge congratulations on your first competition victory of the season. Today, the left lane was the winning lane. You're one of only 2 drivers to have won in the right lane. Talk to us about how you made it happen.
You know, honestly, it was just about being consistent and hitting the marks. Man, you know what? I'm just out here having fun with all my friends, driving this awesome Megalodon truck. But you know what? There's something a little heavy on my heart tonight. My mom and dad, they're at home watching this. My girlfriend, and being away from them's tough. But my buddy Brandon Bresner, I don't know if he's watching right now, but he helped me a lot when I got started in mega truck stuff. And he lost his dad. So Jim Bresner, this one's for you, buddy. We're bringing her back to Georgia.
A very meaningful win here for John Gordon and Megalodon that also puts him on top of the leaderboard here as we see the BKT overall event leaderboard. Megalodon on top, followed by Wildside with 11, Son of a Digger with 10, Shell Shocked, Ringling Bailey Circuit, and Gravedigger round out your top 6. Let's see the back half of our competitors here. Vendetta, Zombie, El Toro Loco, Black Pearl, Tech Deck, Rec Deck, and Sparkle Smash round out your 12 competing drivers.
Let's hear for Cole Vennard, Black Pearl. Beautiful people, take out those cell phone browsers, head to judgeszone.com. You can also scan this QR code, your city code, ANA. 20 seconds to lock in those scores now.
The reverse popper into the wheelie for Cole Vennard and the Black Pearl to kick things off here in Monster Jam Skills Challenge. Time is ticking down here at judgeszone.com. The super glue glued to the action replay as you can keep watching that move. Scores are locked. Your score for the Black Pearl is... You gave him a 6.414. Coming up next, we have Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco.
Let's hear it for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. Scoring is open, 20 seconds on the clock. Locking those scores on judgeszone.com now.
The reverse popper for El Toro Loco. And then we go into the wheelie, walking it across the racing ramp there. Time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. Scores are locked. Your score for El Toro Loco is 7.058. We got a new leader. All right, Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco, now getting hooked up to the back there, but he is currently our score to beat, 7.058, followed by Cole Vinard and the Black Pearl. Jamie Garner just cannot catch a break, Casey.
I know. I was just up here with Logan Vessels, and I was watching him talk to Jamie as he was out there on the track for the skills competition, and you could definitely see that he was frustrated. It seems like they're fighting something on the truck. He's already headed to the back in the pits. They're hooking El Toro Loco. They're going to take that truck back there and try to figure out what's going on so that he's in the best shape possible for freestyle.
You know, sometimes it is just the truck and just the machines. We're kind of at the mercy, like you've always said, at the mercy of these Monster Jam trucks, and that's what comes with motorsports, right?
That's exactly right. This is what the drivers can do. It's part of their skill, yes, but it's also the other part of that equation is the truck. And when we're in a really heated season, we tend to see a lot of breakage, a lot of carnage, because there's a lot of pressure on first quarter as everybody's chasing that opportunity to appear at Monster Jam World Finals.
Well, luckily we're here in round 4, still very early here for Stadium Championship Series West. Of course, you'll let us know what's going on here in just a moment. We're going to move on here with our next driver up. It is Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash.
Let's hear for Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com, 20 seconds on the clock.
Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash goes for the popper. We'll take a look here in just a moment. There it is, the super glue glued to the action replay. She gets the popper. You can see it's a little slick down there, though. She slides, goes back into the moonwalk, tries for the pogo bounce, just not enough power. Solid attempt there for Sparkle Smash. Time to get those scores locked in. The score to beat, 7.058 right now. Your score for Sparkle Smash is... You gave her a 5.787. Up next, we got Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck.
Let's hear for Bryce Kenny. Tech deck, rec deck. Scoring is open, 20 seconds, locking those scores now.
Bryce Kenny, tech deck, rec deck with the popper into the nose wheelie. Great move there for Bryce Kenny. Let's see what you think about that move here. Let's take a look at that replay. Brought to you by the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay. Nice control, nice balance there as he's going into that nose wheelie. Scores are locked. Your score for tech deck, rec deck is... Hey, we got a new leader, 8.102. Up next, we got Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. We will be giving Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger one more chance at that move. Remember, drivers have 2 attempts to complete one move or one donut, and that was not a completed move.
Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. Scoring is open, 20 seconds. JudgesZone.com locking those scores now.
Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger with the bicycle into the sidewall donut. All right, California, your scores are locked. Your score to be tech deck, rec deck, 8.102. Tyler, you ready to see your score? Let's see that score! 9.584. We got a new leader. Take a look at the replay there. Incredible move. Almost transferred it to the opposite side there, but wow, what a great skills challenge there for Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. He is now the score to be a 9.584. The bicycle into the sidewall donut. You might even call that the sidewall cyclone as well. Take a look at the video board for our where we stand in the skills challenge leaderboard. Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger there on top, followed by Tech Deck, Rec Deck. Jamie Garner is in third. Black Pearl and Sparkle Smash now round out those 5 competitors. On deck, we still have a lot more. Megalodon, Wildside, Vendetta, Shell Shocked, and Son of a Digger. We're going to have our JCB Dirt Squad take out Gravedigger to the back here. There is a lot of pressure, a lot of torque used for those making and creativity of those moves here in the skills challenge. So we'll have Adama, his crew chief, go back and look at Gravedigger.
Monster Jam fans, I'm here with Siobhan, and you got your entire family here?
Yes, I do.
You enjoying your time here?
Yes, we are having a great time.
That is excellent. Well, I know you guys watch us on YouTube all the time, so I'm gonna test your little, your knowledge, I should say, on these Monster Jam trucks. So let's see what we have on the Monster Jam board. You see there? How much does a Monster Jam truck weigh? Now, this is how this is gonna work. This is called slider trivia. That slider is going to go all the way from the left to the right slowly. You have to tell it when to stop once you know how much that Monster Jam truck weigh, all right? Y'all figure it out. Family Feud it out. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to move this slider in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, stop!
Oh! You had some help there. Okay, let's see what we got. And the answer is 12,000 pounds. This prize is so big, I have to, hold on a second. Whoa. What? This is a zombie Losi RC brought to you by Losi. You guys enjoy that so much. Thank you to our friends over at Losi.
We're going to continue on with our next driver up, John Gordon, Megalodon. We are going to have a brief pause here. Our USHRI safety official is going to go check on John Gordon and Megalodon. From what I understand, it's just something very minor. We should be able to see John Gordon, Megalodon compete here in our skills challenge. There they are in the yellow and black fire suits. They're going to check on that fuel cell there in the back. That is where all of our fuel is kept. And of course, there is a switch, a power switch, that they can also shut off or turn on these Monster Jam trucks as well. Tighten up that fuel cap. There is our USA safety official waiting for the official word that he's good to go. Remember the score to beat Gravedigger, 9.584. There it is. And it sounds like the engine is fired here for John Gordon and Megalodon.
John Gordon, everybody, Megalodon. Scoring is open 20 seconds. Lock in those scores now.
Megalodon uses the Morgan & Morgan backflip to go into a popper. And he has a quick little balancing act there. Pause for maybe a little bit of a stoppie. Time to get those scores locked in here. Megalodon. Scores are in. Your score for Megalodon is 5.197. Our next driver is up. Take a look at the video board.
Let's hear for Zach Garner in Wild Side. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores now. JudgesZone.com.
Zach Garner, wild side with the popper into the nose wheelie, back into the moonwalk, and then the pogo bounce, back into another moonwalk. Super glue glued to the action replay there. There's the pogo bounce, back into the moonwalk. Goes up the ramp. Scores are locked. Your score for wild side is 8.323. Take a look at the video board for our next Monster Jam driver.
Anaheim, on your feet. It's time for shell shock skills.
Looks like the steering wheel might be out of the window. There it is, out on the ground. Still on those front BKT tires, balancing it out with no steering wheel.
Let's hear for Dalton Widener in Shell Shocked. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores, JudgesZone.com.
Dalton Widener, who are you tonight? He is a madman. Takes the steering wheel out of the window and then continues on combination after combination with no steering wheel. It was the moonwalk, back in the reverse popper, back into a wheelie. We saw it all. Scores are locked. All right, your score to beat, 9.584 Gravedigger. Your score for Shell Shocked is 8.641. Good enough right now to sit in second. Let's take a look at that replay, though, up on the video board, brought to you by the original Super Glue. So he goes into the popper. You don't see the steering wheel yet. Goes into that stoppie. So that's two moves right now. There you see the steering wheel. Back into a moonwalk. That's the third move. Back into a nose wheelie. Drops the steering wheel. Climbs up that racing ramp. Eventually will go back into the reverse popper. And then back into another popper. What a move. What a combination there. Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked, sits in second. Up next, we got Ryan Anderson, son of a digger.
Ryan Anderson, everybody, son of a digger. Scoring is open, 20 seconds on the clock. Head to judgeszone.com, locking those scores now.
Bicycle into the sidewall donut, or the sidewall cyclone, whatever you want to call it there for Ryan Anderson and son of a digger. Gets a lot of speed there on that sidewall though as well. Get those scores locked in. It kind of mimics what we saw there for Gravedigger and Tyler Meninga, who currently has the lead, 9.584. That is the score to beat. Your score for son of a digger is 8.968. Gravedigger still your leader. Let's take a look at that video replay brought to you by Ryan Anderson and son of a digger. It is the bicycle, and then gets onto those sidewalls and spins around, lots of speed, gets back up on all fours. Our next driver up, it's Mike Christensen, Vendetta.
Let's hear it for Mike Christensen in Vendetta. 20 seconds on the clock, judgeszone.com.
Popper attempt here for Mike Christensen in Vendetta. Our third to last driver here of our Monster Jam Skills Challenge. There is the replay here. You've got about 4 seconds left here at judgeszone.com. Mike Christensen, Vendetta, waiting your scores here. Scores are locked now. 5.101.
Monster Jam fans, I'm here hanging out with my buddy Saul, and you know what? I'm going to let him introduce our next truck.
Let's hear it for Zombie.
Time to get those zombie arms moving, Anaheim.
Bari Moose Hour, everybody. Zombie. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores. Judgeszone.com.
He holds a couple world records, Guinness World Records that is, for Monster Jam Donuts. Decides to go for the donut himself here this afternoon. Bari Sour and Zombie, the only one so far to attempt a Monster Jam donut as well. So keep that in mind when you get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Scores are in. Your score for Zombie is 7.352. Let's take a look at that replay. Zombie going for the Monster Jam donut. Let's count some of those revolutions. I see 3, 4, 7, I think I just lost count. It is a lot of revolutions there for Barmy Sauer and Zombie. Doesn't break his Guinness World Record, but nonetheless, a great attempt here for Zombie. Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger still your score to beat, and the only one in the nines, 9.584. He is our final competitor up, Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. We got his friend Bailey Circuit on, cheering him on.
Let's hear for Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. And Bailey Circuit. Judgezone.com, 20 seconds on the clock. Logging those scores now.
Whatever Corey Rummel does, we see Bailey Circuit trying to do as well. The partner in crime, Bailey Circuit, cheering on Corey Rummel and Ringling Bailey Circuit. Look at the super glue glued to the action right now. The popper back into the moonwalk as well. Our final competitor here of the skills challenge. Scores are locked. Your score for Ringling Bailey Circuit is 7.609, which means your winner is Tyler Menninga Gravedigger.
Tyler, congratulations on the 12 points for this victory, but also towards the overall event championship. That was one of the slowest, most controlled bicycles we've ever seen.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, it almost got away from me. I lined up for the first time, and I got a specific angle that I pick on that jump, and the dirt being as wet as it was, it didn't allow me to do it there. So I knew when I came back on the second time, I had to grab a little more of the jump and a little more speed. And once I got that thing up, I really wanted to get it into a bicycle to moonwalk. My angle was wrong, and my speed was wrong. So I got it. I hit the brake and shifted it to reverse. I was like, oh man, this is just gonna roll over on me. I slammed it back to first gear, steered into it, and pedal to the metal, baby. Right here for Anaheim. Are you guys having fun at Monster Jam so far?
Now the night finishes with the competition that everybody wants to see. It's what you are all about. It's what Gravedigger is all about. It is Monster Jam Freestyle. So what are you going to be changing from last night going into Freestyle tonight?
Yeah, I think last night I got kind of funneled into like the really big jumps really early. Not that I don't want to go hard the whole time. I definitely, Monster Jam Freestyle should be pure chaos for 2 minutes, but it's basically riding a bull for 2 minutes and trying to make yourself survive, and as well the machine. So I got to make my machine survive tonight. It went to the back. The starter's giving me a little fit. We're going to get it back. I think I've come out 6 for Freestyle, but I can promise you one thing. I don't care what that Gravedigger truck looks like when I'm done here in Anaheim today. We got a whole week to fix that thing, so I plan on burning that thing right into the dirt right here in Angel Stadium. Are you guys ready?
Anaheim, this is Monster Jam Freestyle!
Down to 30 seconds. Comes down to the outfield, lines up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip. With 16 seconds left.
Make some noise for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. 20 seconds on the clock, judgeszone.com, locking those scores now.
What a way to kick things off here in Monster Jam Freestyle. Mike Christensen and Vendetta goes for the Morgan & Morgan backflip, lands it with no trouble at all. Time to get those scores locked in. Scores are locked. Your score for Vendetta is... good score, 8.011. Let's take a look at that replay. Now, keep in mind that these replays are for you, the fans, to help you get those scores locked in accurately and fairly here. It is a highlight reel of all the great moves, just like this one, the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Lands it. Continues on his run with about 16 seconds left. Our first driver up fills the time as we continue moving on here in freestyle. Let's take a look at our criteria here for freestyle. A driver must complete 30 seconds of their run to qualify for a score. They also must complete 60 seconds, otherwise they will be deducted 1 point. You, the fans, need to be looking for the creativity, the big air, the wow factors, technical moves you might have seen in the skills challenge, the use of the entire track, and whatever else you think is pretty cool out there during those freestyle runs. So Mike Christensen and Vendetta has completed his freestyle with an 8.011, a solid score to kick things off here as he heads out to the back. And we're going to get ready to meet our second driver up. It will be Zach Garner, Wild Side. Clock is paused, continues his run here. A hard bounce there for Zach Garner and Wild Side. Shut off on his own, continues on his run. Another shut off there for Zach Garner and Wild Side. Another shut off, so having massive power issues here for Zach Garner and Wild Side. Goes for the Morgan & Morgan 8-pack. Backflip ramp. Lands it with 40 seconds left. The clock is ticking down.
Make some noise for Zach Gardner in wild side. 20 seconds on the clock. JudgesZone.com locking those scores now.
Some power issues plaguing Zach Gardner in Wildside, Casey. We saw him being shut off, not by our RII, but just by his power.
That's right. Poor Zach Gardner Wildside has been chasing gremlins for the last 2 weeks. We'll try to catch up with him once he's out of that truck to see what was going on out there on the track.
Yeah, this isn't the first time we're seeing some power issues there. Scores are locked. Let's see that score for Zach Gardner and Wildside. We got a new leader, 8.245. Our third driver up, we got Cole Vennard, Black Pearl. Lines up for the backflip. Less than 30 seconds left for Cole Vennard, Black Pearl.
Put your hands together for Cole Vennard, Black Pearl. 20 seconds on the clock. JudgesZone.com locking those scores now.
A nice momentous run there for Black Pearl. Goes for the Morgan & Morgan backflip, lands it, continues on his run with less than 30 seconds. Still has a lot of time to play on this track there. Time to get those scores in for our third driver up. The score to beat, Wildside, 8.245. Your score for Black Pearl is 8.026. So that puts him in the second position as we meet our next driver, Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. We got 60 seconds on the clock for Sparkle Smash. Lines up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip. A high backflip, less than 26 seconds. Lands it, continues on. Let's see what she's got. 15 seconds left, the rollover. The save, no!
Kayla Blood, everybody. Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open. JudgesZone.com. Lock in those scores now.
Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. She definitely put the smash in that sparkle. Starts with the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Look how high she got. Lands it. Less than 30 seconds left. And then she continues on, some big air, some wild finish there for her. Wasn't able to save it. Looked pretty cool there at the very end. Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. I said it yesterday, one of the toughest women I know. Look at that. The rollover, she almost saves it. Get those scores locked in. Score to beat. Wild side, 8.245. Your score for Sparkle Smash is 8.801. We got a new leader.
Wow, Monster Jam fans, the fun doesn't stop now. We're about to have a little bit more fun with Bailey because we're going to play something called Bailey's Red Light, Green Light. You have to dance when the light is green and stop in place when the light is red. Let's get it. Green light. Come on. Mm-hmm. Get it. KCG. I see one guy moving. Thank you so much for playing Bailey's Red Light, Green Light. That was so much fun. Now I got one last question. You guys ready for more Monster Jam?
Well, we're going to get back to the action in just a moment, but when Gravedigger was doing his winning interview for the skills competition, he mentioned that they couldn't fire the truck to take it off of the track, so they took it to the back and they ended up replacing the starter. This is the old starter that came off of Gravedigger. So this right here is kind of like a little gear. It's called the Bendix, and it pops out and it connects to the flywheel. Once they turn, this is the part that turns over the engine to start the engine. Generally, we'll see these break because there's some electrical components inside that will get really, really hot and they'll kind of burn up and it will stop working. And between last weekend in San Diego and this weekend here in Anaheim, it has been really hot, and so that's probably what happened with the starter. But here's the good news. The crew in the back is the best of the best, and as you can see, that Gravedigger truck is out on the track, ready for freestyle.
On the count of three, I need you all to scream Gravedigger as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. Lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip. 36 seconds on the clock. Get in the air, saves it. 22 seconds left.
Let's hear it for Tyler Menega, everybody. Gravedigger. Scoring is open. 20 seconds on the clock. Lock in those scores now.
The hang time. The wild save there at the end. Tyler Menega and Gravedigger also land the Morgan & Morgan backflip. A great freestyle. Get those scores locked in. JudgesZone.com. The score to beat right now, Sparkle Smash 8.801. Scores are locked. Your score for Gravedigger is 8.926. We got a new leader, Gravedigger. Last night, Tyler Menega and Gravedigger was not happy with his freestyle. I think this definitely makes him smile. Starts with the Morgan & Morgan backflip, reverses back, gets his bearings, and then goes for this super high sky wheelie. I have to call it a sky wheelie. He saves it. And then his crew chief, Adama, pumped up there. Super glue, glued to the action replay. That puts him in the top spot, followed by Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash, Zach Garner, Wildside in third, Black Pearl and Vendetta round out your 5 drivers.
She's sitting in second in freestyle right now. It is Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. Listen to that crowd cheer, Caleb. The crowd was behind you. They were roaring during that run. You aired that truck out, and that was probably the biggest backflip that we've seen all season long.
Absolutely, man. I've been wanting to do that since last weekend. Hadn't really had my opportunity, and last night, we had a great freestyle, but that backflip, we had a bad corkscrew. But my crew guys have been working so hard. We want that win so bad, so I was destined to come out here tonight and give you guys an awesome run. And I'm so happy it turned out the way it did for my crew, for everybody, and for all my amazing Sparkle Smash fans out there.
We absolutely love the Sparkle Smash truck. It has quickly become a fan favorite. What is it about Sparkle Smash? What does Sparkle Smash represent to you?
Sparkle Smash represents a strong woman. As women, as mothers, we know how to be soft when we have to be soft, but we also know how to bring it and be fierce when we need to be fierce, and that's exactly how every woman in Monster Jam and Team Sparkle Smash represents itself out here on the track.
What'd you think about that, Anaheim? Let's hear it for Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash.
Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash, currently sitting in the second position. A great freestyle run from her, but Tyler Menega and Gravedigger is your score to beat, 8.926. And you see the rest of the leaderboard up on the video board as we are going to continue to move on here in Monster Jam Freestyle. I think we can get a little bit louder on the count of three. Scream Zombie. 1, 2, 3.
on the ticket first?
45 seconds left on the clock. Morgan and Morgan backflip. Lands it for the people.
Barry Moosauer, everybody. Zombie. Scoring is open, 20 seconds on the clock. What did you think? Locking those scores now.
Barry Moosauer, Zombie getting it done here in the freestyle. Our sixth driver to complete here. Waiting for your scores here. You've got about 8 seconds left here. The score to beat Gravedigger, 8.926. Ends things with a little donut action. Scores are locked. Your score for Zombie is... You gave him an 8.391. Our next driver up, it's Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Bailey Circuit ready to cheer Corey on. 40 seconds on the clock.
Are you ready to rumble? Corey Rumble, everybody. Wrigley Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open. 20 seconds on the clock now.
A nice rollover momentum save for Corey Rummel. Throwing down a wild ending there, right at 0, too. Corey Rummel. Oh! Corey Rummel and Wrigley Bailey Circuit hanging out there on the track. Scores are locked in. Your score for Wrigley Bailey Circuit is... Hey, we got a new leader! 9.184! Wrigley Bailey Circuit, Corey Rummel and Bailey Circuit on top of the leaderboard. Some of those highlights there for Bailey Circuit, you know. Brought to you by the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay. Starts with the Morgan & Morgan backflip there for Corey Rummel. Some big air, known for big air, known for big wrists there. And then the little awkward bounce, the rollover, and then the momentum save back on all four. So that puts him at top of the leaderboard, Wrigley & Bailey Circuit. 9.184, followed by Gravediggers, Tyler Menninga, Sparkle Smash, Zombie, Wildside, and Black Pearl round out your top 6. He is back out on the track. Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. 50 seconds on the clock for El Toro Loco.
Let's hear for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. 20 seconds on the clock, judgeszone.com.
A big shout out to Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco, that crew representing Overboard Motorsports, getting him back into the action here. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. It is a difficult task to change a differential or third member, so for him to be able to get back out here, throw down a freestyle, collect as many points as he can, kudos to his team. Scores are locked. Your score for El Toro Loco is 6.687. Let's take a look at the video board for your next Monster Jam driver. Less than 30 seconds left. A hard landing creates a little issue there on the flat right rear tire. He's still getting it done. 10 seconds left.
Bryce Kinney, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. Wow, scoring is open. JudgesZone.com. 20 seconds locking those scores.
Bryce Kenny says you only need 3 tires to finish off a freestyle run. Starts with a Morgan and Morgan backflip. A hard landing ends that tire there on the back. Scores are locked. Your score for Tech Deck, Rec Deck is 8.262. Let's take a look at that replay brought to you by the original Super Glue. Tech Deck, Rec Deck, Bryce Kenny with the hard bounce there off of the Morgan Morgan backflip. Take a look. There it is. Kind of lands hard on that back right. But then says, I don't need 4 tires. Continues on the freestyle run. Finishes off the run. Makes complete and full time. And there is the replay.
Monster Jam fans, time for us to have a little bit of fun here in the stands again. I'm with my buddy Aiden, and we're going to play something really cool called the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. All right, Aiden? I have 4 tickets to Monster Jam when we return here to Anaheim, but you got to guess this right. Here it is, 3 helmets, 1 trophy. Keep your eye on it. Not yet. Almost. Keep your eye on it. I've lost visual. Well, they are hauling today. Okay. What do you guys think? Over here? 1? Why does it feel like I'm on The Price is Right? Okay, Aiden, what do you think?
1.
1. Let's see if Aiden is right. It's not under 3. Yeah! Round of applause for Aiden. I got 4 tickets to Monster Jam Sunday, February 1st. I'll see you back, buddy. Hey, that's what we call the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle.
Congratulations to Aiden and his family, the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. And take a look at the video board. We are crowning our St. Jude Ambassador of the Night. Thank you so much to all of you who donated across the country and around the world there on YouTube and right here at Angel Stadium. Son of a digger, Ryan Anderson, your St. Jude Ambassador of the Night, with 51% of the donations going to his name. We're going to continue on with Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. Lines up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip with 32 seconds left. Lands it. 23 seconds left.
Make some noise for Dalton Whitener, shell shocked. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Locking those scores now.
Dalton Whitener shell shocked, getting some nice hang time there off some of those big ramps here on our Monster Jam track. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Time is ticking down here. You got about 5 seconds left on the clock to get your scores in for shell shocked. Scores are in. Your score for Dalton Whitener and shell shocked is 8.078. Let's take a look at the Super Glue to the Action replay. Like I said, lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Starts right there. He has about 23 seconds left on the clock after that. And then you're going to see here in just a moment the hang time for the big air. And then the finish for shell shocked. And Dalton Whitener, his crew chief, looking on. Nice solid run, consistent run. There was the hang time, the big air for Dalton Whitener. And you see where we stand right now in the competition. Our second to last competitor is John Gordon Megalodon. $50 seconds left on the clock. Down to 30 seconds. Looks to the Morgan & Morgan 8-pack.
Let's hear for John Gordon, Megalodon. 20 seconds on the clock. Judgeszone.com locking those scores now.
Nice freestyle there for John Gordon. And Megalodon teasing son of a digger there. Goes for the Morgan & Morgan 8-pack backflip ramp. There on the super glue, glued to the action replay. Nice air, big air. Kind of gets stuck there on that ramp though, but is able to power through. Scores are locked. Your score for Megalodon and John Gordon is... You gave him an 8.250. He is our final competitor coming up. Take a look at the video board.
Anaheim, you better get ready. It's freestyle and it's time for Son of a Dinner!
35 seconds left. Morgan backflip. Moonwalk. 26 seconds. The huge sky wheelie, the hang time. 5 seconds remain.
Let's hear it for Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. 20 seconds on the clock, judgeszone.com. Anaheim, you know what to do?
It will be between Son of a Digger and Ringling Bailey Circuit for your freestyle winner. We are seconds away from finding out, will it be Deja Vu for Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger? He did it last night, freestyle winner and overall. Or will it be Corey Rummel and Ringling Bailey Circuit? Scores are locked. Your score for Son of a Digger is 8.905, which means your freestyle winner, Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Corey, congratulations on your first competition victory of the season, your first victory in Ringling Bailey Circuit. Fantastic freestyle, perfect finish. And you had Bailey the Robo-Pup cheering you on the whole time.
Oh, definitely the best counterpart I could ever ask for is Ringling Bailey Circuit. You know what? First time, man, we've ever been out here to Anaheim with this identity. And man, is she a rock star and I'm having fun. How'd you guys like tonight, Anaheim? Because I love this place.
Well, a huge congratulations to Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. We're going to add all the points together and figure out who's taking home the overall.
Take a look at the video board as we crown our BKT overall event champion. Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, sweeps Anaheim 1.
busted. Come on, George, get over here.
Ryan George, congratulations! Back-to-back overall event victories. Ryan, they say it's tough to do it once. It's even harder to do it twice. Talk to us about how you're keeping that winning streak going.
Man, I owe a lot to this dude right here, George. Brand new to the team. This is our second weekend out, but things are looking up, baby. My man George is wild behind the wrenches. He's ready to rip it up. And he told me, said, make sure every one of these fans in the stands gets their money's worth tonight. I'm sorry I got to steal this, Casey. But you guys, Anaheim, I say it every time. There is no other reason why we come to this place more than anywhere else in the world. It's because of you guys. Each and every single one of you, you come out here, you spend your hard-earned money to watch something crazy. You drive us to do what we do. If it wasn't for you, it wouldn't be Gravedigger, it wouldn't be Son of a Digger, and we definitely would be ripping up for you guys. But Anaheim, we'll be back in 2 weeks. So you gotta do me a favor. I'm going to get that thing fixed. Well, I said that George is going to get that thing fixed up. And we'll be back in 2 weeks to rock the house again. So you better tell your friends and family, bring them all out here to have a good time. But one last thing, Anaheim. Who had a good time at Monster Jam tonight?
Congratulations to Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. With that, overall, he now leads our series season's points chase. Only 2 points behind him is Gravedigger's Tyler Menninga. What a series this is shaping up to be. Take a look at the video board. 113 points for Son of a Digger, 111 for Gravedigger. Only 12 points behind them is Zombies, Bari Musauer. Jabari, this is going to be an exciting 2026 season, I have a feeling.
I absolutely think so. You know what? Me and Barry are going to have a little chit-chat when we get back behind the scenes here because, oh yeah, we're going to do some more donuts than that. But Anaheim, did you have a good time? Let me hear ya! Yeah.
All right, Jabari, we're staying in California. Hopefully you can make the drive next week. We're going to be in San Diego. And, of course, in 2 weeks, we're going to be right back here. We would love to see you all right back here screaming and cheering for Stadium Championship Series West. On behalf of KCG and Jabari Thomas, I'm Kay Young. We hope you had fun, and we hope to see you at our next Monster Jam.